Hello, everybody, and
Hello, welcome back.
to the Kevin Fiala Fan Club podcast.
I just realized how my mic is centered in the camera right now, but that was annoying to set up, so I'm gonna leave it there.
We're gonna leave it.
We're gonna
Diego
leave it there.
is lazy. Very special short episode today
Yes,
because Diego is not going to miss our first headline. Tell him about it, Diego.
Our first headline: Patrick Kane prepares tonight. I just realized the screen they're getting right now, it still sees my camera choices, so we're gonna get rid of that first. Good start.
Very professional start today.
So our first headline of the day today is Patrick Kane is preparing to skate in his 1,000th career game tonight, and me being
1,000 game
good
Kaner
old Hawks fan there is ready. I am ready to watch Patrick Kane's 1,000th.
Gotta be glad that Mike Babcock did not get hired over there in Chicago because Kane would not play another game.
That is true. Gotta roll the fourth line. But I have one more Chicago headline while we're on the topic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Kirby
Surprise
Dach
headline
is
that
skating
hasn't
again.
been run by me. Okay.
Kirby Dach
Obviously,
is
that was
going to
be talked about.
We have a centerman in Chicago.
Not Pius Sutter, who's been the GOAT, and I guarantee Kirby Dach is ruining the chem.
Well, okay, Kirby Dach has joined them on their 6-game road trip, but is not expected to play and still only expected to return in April. So we'll see what happens. But
he's a hockey guy. He might tough it out.
He might tough it out.
You're
right. He might tough it out. Yeah.
I'd be very happy for Kirby, personally. For Chicago's success, I don't really care for, but I know, it makes my buddy happy, so of course.
Also, I think we have one live viewer right now, and last episode, the audio was awful. That is my fault. Alex was a lot louder.
It's completely Diego's fault.
So if the audio is still awful, write in the live chat, tell me if it is awful, and I will do my best to fix it.
And also do his best not to cry.
Yeah. Also, pardon me for the amazing hair right now.
Diego, it's sexy.
Oh, thanks.
Don't sell yourself short.
No problem. I believe you have a headline of your own if you want to.
I do.
Jump right
I would like to talk about Kirill Kaprizov, the Russian Rocket, Kirill Dollar Bill, not the thrill. Kirill Kaprizov is tearing it up, and right now he's your front runner for Rookie of the Year, the Calder Trophy.
Oh, it hurts.
And here's the thing. Pierre LeBrun, TSN insider, he tweets, he says that although Kirill is a beauty, he's 23.
I read
and he's played a half decade. You see, he says words like half decade that makes it seem longer than 5 years in the KHL. He has played 5 years in the KHL. And so it's going to be another Panarin situation here where he runs away with it over an actual teenager.
Panarin is 25.
Panarin was 25. So Kirill's a little less pathetic. I love Panarin, though. Free him still.
You know who else is 25, I believe?
Is it Kevin Lankinen?
Blank the tank.
Blank the tank. Anyways, so I just want to address this because I think that Pierre LeBrun is right when he says that in order to be considered for Rookie of the Year, there's no way that you can be allowed to play in just other leagues. Let's go!
What?
Morgan Riley.
You're watching the Leafs.
Let's go.
2-1 Leafs now?
2-1 Leafs.
Okay, anyway.
That's my headline. I agree with Pierre LeBrun. And personally, what I would put forth is say that you can be under 25 to be considered a rookie. However, you cannot play above, minor pro. If you've been spending your time in the AHL, I'd say the cutoff is ECHL level. Then you can come up and be, because if you've been playing in other professional leagues, it's not like you're coming in straight from June's.
Yeah.
You know how to play.
I get it.
Well,
we'll move into our third headline, being Thatcher Demko, who's been on a run as of late. I forgot to write the stats down, so I just searched it up right now. But in his last 5, he's won 4 of his last 5 games.
Good for him.
And in all of them, he has the lowest save percentage he has posted in that 5-game run is a .939 against Edmonton, and that was the only game he lost.
You're losing a 939. That's incredible.
He only gave up 6 goals in those 5 games.
3 to the Leafs.
Yes, 3 to the Leafs over 2 games. Let's do quick math here, 1 sec. That's 71 shots, I believe that is, yes.
68 saves on 71 shots is really good.
It's really good. Demko, maybe, if the Habs continue to suck, maybe that's where that last hope
I don't think that this is the turning point of the season, because goalies can only go so long, and Demko can only ride this heater for so long.
As long as Adam Gaudette can score, and we all know that's not that long.
Exactly, and that guy's, a pure sniper all of a sudden. He's got a beautiful flow. I love his hair. He's got hockey hair for sure.
Yeah.
But it's... Unless the Canucks get their shit together up top, start scoring, and the defense... I don't think the defense has actually been half bad this year. Unless Kevin wants to correct me. There's not a lot of great names over there, but I'm saying playing together as a unit, maybe.
If Quinn Hughes wasn't a glorified fourth forward, maybe it'd be all right.
Quinn Hughes, I watched him in all these games against Toronto. I don't see it. I don't see the special. I really don't. I see JT Miller killing the Maple Leafs every time, which he was due for, because in those first 3 games, he was victimized by Austin Matthews.
I'm just hiding behind my mic. You don't get to see me.
Unfortunately, I turned this into a little bit of Leafs.
Wait.
Oh.
It's a little further from me now, but
it's a little further, but
move the camera closer.
Move the camera. That might.
You can see the hair even better.
We're actually inside of your room now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm there with you.
The mic's falling. Okay.
This is lying under you. No homo. Yeah, this is better. I like this.
Okay, moving into
the first topic.
Let's move into our first topic. Right. Tom Wilson finds himself suspended again. He's going to serve a 7-game suspension.
Free Willy.
For as I believe I heard they put it as boarding.
Boarding.
For his hit to the head on Brandon Carlo.
I think that was a board. I mean, it was also head contact.
They can characterize it as hit to the head, which it was. And he had a good freaking 20 seconds to decide if he's going to...
That would have been like a 90-game suspension if it was considered a hit to head. For sure. NHL takes those semi-seriously now.
This is going to be obviously a big loss to the Capitals, because even though he does play his physical game, he is a point scorer. In 21 games this year, he's got 7 goals, 10 assists, and 17 points.
My leg.
And honestly, I know the Capitals have been playing well so far this year, but I was also reading something that a lot of their games so far have been against the bottom 3 teams in the East.
Yeah, they got taken over by Boston and the Islanders
5-6 times already.
Oof.
We'll talk about Buffalo later. But
we will talk about Buffalo.
But yeah, so that might be a little rough for them not having Wilson down the line. Especially, look at
he plays with a good edge and he scores.
Backstrom is carrying his load right now, but I don't know if everyone else is going to keep it up against the other.
I don't think Backstrom is going to be able to keep it up. The guy's in his 30s now, and his years of carrying a team are past his prime.
It's okay
for
if
sure.
He doesn't keep it up as long as everyone else picks it up. Because that's the issue here.
Yeah.
Backstrom's the...
Hasn't Kuznetsov and Vrana have both been having terrible seasons so far, right? Or have they turned it around? Because I know that wasn't really the storyline.
I'm pretty sure Kuznetsov is still kind of not doing great, but I think Vrana's been decent as of late.
Okay. They need at least one of those guys to pick it up if they want any hope, and now they just lost Wilson.
Started scoring goals again.
Ovi is out of the Rocket Richard contention for the first time in his career. I'm not seeing him on that top 3. I'm like, wow.
It hurts.
It hurts to see the legends of your childhood turn into bums. And Ovechkin, maybe the only thing more bummy than his production is his takes on the Tom Wilson suspension.
Yes, Ovechkin called this suspension a joke. And
I think he called it a little more than that.
I don't have the actual quote. But I will search it up just for you.
So to summarize, Alex Ovechkin, for some reason, decided not to actually watch it back before talking to the media, and decided that the hit was already bullshit and the suspension was terrible. It shouldn't have even been a penalty. You stick up for your teammates. I like that, I guess.
Okay, I have the direct Ovechkin quote here.
Here we go.
Credits to Sportsnet, where I just pulled this up.
Sportsnet, home of.
Well, first of all, no one wants to hurt a player and make a dirty hit. But I think it's kind of a joke. Because we were talking to refs after the first period, and he said, I don't think it was even 2 minutes. It was a hard hit and on the ice. So there was no call. That is the Ovechkin quote. Yeah, okay, there was no call, but the refs were stupid for not making a call.
But, like, dude, that, like, I get it in the game. You're watching it in real time.
So it's a little different.
You're not going to get everything.
But still,
but damn, you're an NHL ref. You're getting paid.
Pretty damn apparent.
To look at that. Yeah, the refs have not been great.
Watching that replay
past few days.
And I'm gonna complain for a minute because I'm a Chicago fan.
Let's hear some complaints from the number one complainers in the league.
You see that Tom will... Okay, not number one complainers. I'm not a Leafs fan. I'm a Chicago fan.
Whoa.
Anyway, you see that hit from Tom Wilson where he clearly has at least like a good 5 seconds to look and say, only the head is exposed there. I don't need to hit this guy. Who's already also pinned by his teammate. Mm-hmm. And there's no call, no penalty on that at all. Yet in Chicago game over the weekend against Tampa, Connor Murphy makes a hit to the head, which is in...
Welcome to Diego Land, where we defend people who take headshots.
I'm not defending it.
As long as they're on the
Hawks.
I'm
not defending it, but it was like a sporadic, like things were happening, the tensions were high. He's coming around the net, and Connor Murphy was trying to stand him up, hits him in the head, and he gets ejected from the game. It was the right call to eject Murphy from the game.
So you're saying that if Willie got ejected...
I'm putting out there that Connor Murphy was the right call to eject him from the game.
Connor Murphy was a bad boy.
But it was nowhere near as bad as the Tom Wilson hit.
Now, you see, if anybody watched Chicago games, they might know what you're talking about.
Oh, but we can characterize that as a Tampa game because there's bandwagon for that team.
That's true.
Exactly.
True enough, Diego.
But
Tom Wilson has been suspended, I think they said 4 times for, head contact. And this, because it was a boarding call suspension, he's not being labeled as a repeat offender because he doesn't have a boarding on his rap sheet.
Is that what the explanation is?
That's why he's got a 1 game. I don't know. How long
games.
Is it? 7? 7. Okay.
Which honestly, for a shortened season,
that's really like a quarter of the season. Welcome to math class.
Wait, is total salary guaranteed this year, or does he still lose?
Is it prorated?
Okay, I don't know. But
I wonder if they prorate the salary.
I don't know.
To 56 games worth. If McDavid makes $12.5 million for 82, is he still making 12.5, or is he making 9? No.
I don't know. I just pulled up an ESPN thing from 3 days ago that Wilson has been suspended 4 times and fined twice in his career, and he's young.
4 times, and I guess the other 3 were for head contact because the guy. I remember when he hit Oscar Sundqvist.
He's 26.
4 suspensions in a 9-year career. Not a 9-year. Okay, dude, I'm having a lot of problems with math today.
Since I'm on a time limit, let's unless you have anything else to say, let's move on to our next topic.
Okay, here's my message to Tom Wilson. You don't need to cross that line all the time, every season.
Tom, look at me. All right, I know how you're feeling. Tom. Brandon Carlo sitting against those boards there.
Listen,
doing nothing, doing his job. Actually,
have given him 0 games because it was a Bruin, so it's clean. But Tom, your team is better off with you.
Tomothy. You didn't need to do that, man.
Thomas.
We're here for you. For you. All right?
Come on the pod.
Come on the pod, and we'll say your
Come on the pod, we'll discuss things. And I'll commend you for headshotting a Bruins player.
But in all honesty, we hope that Carlo is doing well, and hopefully he can return soon enough. I'm not sure how long they expect him to be out, but I'm sure it's not going to be a short span of time.
Oh, no.
But all the best to him. Hopefully he gets back on the ice soon. And with that, let's move on to our next topic.
After a whole lot of Bruin losses. All right.
The Flames have fired Ward and have hired
Diego, the first ever podcast truth telling
Oh, I
fortune
did say
telling
they should fire Ward, and they listened.
Diego
The
is
Flames are watching
directly
me.
responsible for this,
The
and
Flames
I
are
think that
watching me.
Brad Treliving may have happened upon
Okay.
the first and second episodes.
But the problem with Mr. Brad here is that he didn't wait for me to say who they should replace him with.
I would have went with Gerard Gallant.
That
guy
Daryl
comes in and fixes
Sutter,
teams.
Who, yeah, he won his cups with LA. But like I don't think he's been a coach for a while, and I think there's a reason for that.
He's an old school guy. He had the Flames skating laps in the first practice to whip him into shape.
Oh yeah, he did have his first practice with the team today. I mean, he's got some work to go through with this team. Through 26 games, the Flames are 11, 12, and 3. That's good for 25 points. They're 4 points out of the playoff spot. Well, okay. Yes, it was a figure of speech.
Of course. My bad. Flames bad.
But they're 4 points out of a spot with that. Because Montreal holds that last spot 29.
Montreal is hanging on by a thread. I think you've got two teams in the North playing each other. This is totally going to be like a season changer at the end of this week. Unless it somehow ends 1-1. No, I'm talking about the Leafs right now.
Oh, you're talking about Leafs Winnipeg, okay.
In our Flames segment. Anyway, can Daryl Sutter turn it around? Maybe.
No. I don't think so.
I think he's a little old for it. I think that there are definitely some guys on the market who aren't with any teams right now that could be with the Flames.
I read something. I read something today saying that the only untouchables for Calgary right now are Markstrom, Tanev, what's his name? Mangiapane, Kachuk, and I think there was one more. But
Monahan, maybe?
No, it was not Monahan, not Gaudreau.
What a weird group of players.
It was the defenseman, Anderson, I think his name is.
Rasmus Anderson.
Yes.
That guy's been there for time. I saw a clip from 2015 with Rasmus Anderson skating with the Flames. I was like, wow, I thought this guy was second-year player or something.
If the Flames don't pick it up.
What a weird group of players to call your untouchables.
Because the Flames are in that spot where they're not necessarily prepping for a rebuild, but they're not a contender either.
They need a little retool, reshuffle.
They need to choose which way they're going to lean with that. Are they going to go, okay, let's move out any young pieces we have to build an actual competitive roster? Or are we going to move out our middle-aged or older pieces so that we can start bringing in young things and look towards the future?
See, the fun thing about that untouchable list is that they have both sides on it. You've got little kids, and then you've got 80-year-old Chris Tanev and Jacob Markstrom, who's locked up until he's 35.
Exactly. So that's the thing. Okay, if I'm
they've literally refused to pick a direction.
If I'm the Flames, the right direction is it's building young, right?
Yeah, that's the way to go in the NHL
I don't
at this point. You can't load a team.
I don't think
look at the Capitals.
/ older players are good enough to win them the cup right now. I don't think Gaudreau, Giordano are going to carry you to a cup, even if you give them good support. I don't think it's going to happen.
I think Gaudreau's going to look really good in yellow next year. And
where he belongs. Woo!
With his cousin Frederick.
He's going to sign the $8 million contract.
Oh, baby. And then just ride the mediocrity.
And then get the 4 points and be out of there.
Does Ryan Johansson have 4 points yet?
He had 4 points when we talked about it, so maybe he...
Oh, yeah. So, probably not.
And maybe. I'm switching it up. Moment of truth. Ryan Johansson's stats, NHL.com. Oh! 7.
Yeah, what?
He scored a goal.
A 3-point week? And a goal?
He scored a goal! He had a good stretch since last we talked about him.
Well, to be fair...
He played Florida twice. And
they lost both those games 6-2.
He got a goal and an assist in those 2 games.
I'm rooting for Ryan
Johansson. He also had an assist against Columbus the game beforehand.
Jeez.
Beauty. What a beauty.
What a beaut. Ryan Johansson, sorry for the disrespect today. Today we can give it to Matt Duchene, who still sucks.
And Matthew Tkachuk while we're at it.
And Matthew Tkachuk, who maybe he does need a Daryl Sutter to get him going, because I'm sure he could.
Yeah.
He could play in a Daryl Sutter type of system where you got to play a little physical. You got to play with some
he hasn't been bad.
Sharpened elbows.
He's been good, but not as good as the Flames need him to be because he's their star player.
He's got.
That's not a question, right? He's their star player. He has 7 goals, 14 assists, 21 points, 26 games. So that's pretty good. Like, don't get me wrong.
That's pretty good.
But if
you're
the guy we're looking to get the job done, I'm hoping you're at least a point.
The thing is, he's not like the rest of the stars. The Flames don't have the star like the rest of the North Division teams. But Patterson, even though he struggled, out in Ottawa, they don't have that yet. But I think Stützle and Tkachuk are gonna blossom into that. Toronto, you have your 4 guys. You've got Winnipeg, Scheifele, Connor, Ehlers.
Do you want to shame me about Stützle?
I would like to shame Diego about Stützle because I guess he's asking for it. You'll never guess who spent $400.
It was not $400
on a Tim Stützle jersey for a team that he doesn't even like.
Best jersey,
but dude's in love with Jimmy Stützle. Jimmy Tkachuk, sorry.
You know how I pulled up a graph last week? Do I need to pull up a Senators jersey this time?
We might have to pull up the Sens jersey. You can show them exactly how much money you spent on a Tim Stützle, authentic Tim Stützle jersey.
We are not going into specifics about how much money.
This is why he takes all these shifts at the Dairy Queen. Yeah. It's to afford things like this. Nice things like Camo DeBrincat jerseys.
I got a new plan now that can cover up the hair as well. Since you have to bring it up, my occupation on the side. Let's give a quick shout out.
Let's give a quick shout out. Today's episode of the Phaneuf Phanboys is brought to you by Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen, it's not fast food. It's fan food.
with my Dairy Queen hat.
Jeez, if this guy serves you at Dairy Queen, ask for a new cook. Yeah.
This is actually so uncomfortable with the headphones on.
I can only imagine. Ball caps are not fun under headphones.
And now my hair's even worse. That's all right.
Santiago.
That's good for the bit. Do we still want the Ottawa Senators jersey on screen?
I would love to see some Ottawa Sens stuff. I like the new logo. I dig the going back to the roots.
It is so
like,
better than the old one.
I just have never understood why it's a Roman senator and not like a regular senator, like some shady guy wearing a suit.
This is true.
It's not really reflective of the Ottawa senator. And while we're at it, quick shout out to McDavid and Draisaitl, who I forgot to mention in the Naming the North Division Stars segment I did about 3 minutes ago. I don't know how I skipped over them.
Well, we're gonna go black screen for a second so that I
can
put
on a heater.
So that
Connor
I can
McDavid.
put a Ottawa jersey on screen. Oh, you guys can't see anything now. You can't see our beautiful faces.
I'll pick my nose.
You saw how hesitant I was to say beautiful there.
At least you got 1 and 2 beautiful. You know, that's a good enough ratio.
All right.
The people come for your face and my takes.
Hey, you call me beautiful, man. I appreciate it.
We've not yet had a terribly frozen take so far on the history of this show.
All my takes are good. Oh, I mean, remember when my Habs take?
Oh yeah, never mind. To be fair, I was listening to Steve Dangle podcast
jersey on screen. I actually think that's the Fanatics knockoff, but that is the Fanatics knockoff. But it's
the Fanatics knockoff. So imagine that, but Tim Stützle has actually, rinsed himself off after a shower with that jersey. So
and then
that's the one that Diego bought.
How beautiful it is.
On Diego.
On me. You see this?
I'm going. Oh wow. You know what? We're repping the Hawks. Repping the Canucks.
I should be wearing a chain, but I don't have one. So it's the cat. Jersey.
And once Kirby Dach gets back, and Jonathan Taves, if he's still alive.
The Dach jersey.
The Dach jersey, baby.
Dach is alive. He's skating, remember?
But what about Taves?
I got his jersey hanging there.
We don't know if Jonathan Taves.
Do we need to do the room reveal so we can see my Taves jersey lonely hanging there?
Yo, the room reveal. Let's see it. The Diego room reveal. You guys are actually going to get.
There's the
I'm seeing this for the first time with you guys.
Little.
Actually,
they don't get to see the whole room. They just get to see the Chicago wall there.
Just the Chi-Town jersey. Do you have Chi-Town bedspread too?
We're gonna move away from that. I got an ad, so I don't know if my camera's still working. It is. I can see.
It is.
And I'm doing a terrible job
of
holding this. Okay, wait.
Diego.
Oh god.
Oh my god, he does.
Okay, we're moving this. You get to.
And then he's got the tails.
Give me a second.
What is that?
Yo,
he's got amiibos on the desk, bro.
This is all going wrong.
This is a low moment for Diego right now.
It's all going wrong. This is awful.
Everything is going wrong. The camera sucks.
My mic fell.
The mic fell. That's the theme of today's episode. Unpreparedness. We were both. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried to
say
flip
that I was doing homework,
my
actually.
webcam application said unsupported video type.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're good.
We're back.
We're good.
Nothing happened in those last 2 minutes, which I think that total train wreck.
I was going to show my picture of Kane lifting the cup, but didn't really get a chance to because everything went wrong.
Diego, speaking of everything went wrong, I think we should get into our third topic.
This one hurts my fantasy team.
It does because. We're gonna flash back to early January when we did our fantasy draft, and I was begging Diego.
Also liked to talk a lot of shit.
So basically, I was begging Diego over Snapchat not to take Austin Matthews with the 4th pick because I had the 5th.
One of the few things I use Snapchat for, to negotiate with Alex what I'm going to do with my draft picks.
So it didn't take a whole lot of convincing because he had his heart set on Jack Eichel.
Who's also not playing tonight because he's...
To this point, Jack Eichel has 18 points, 2 goals, 16 assists. I have this glued into my memory. Austin Matthews has 18 goals and 13 assists for 31 points.
Okay.
He has 13 more points and 16 more goals.
Okay, but here's the feel-good story out of this. There's a feel-good story. Everyone
Diego's
else in the
5-1.
League was like, Chicago sucks. And they were all like, just let Diego take Kane in round 2. And they let me take Kane in round 2.
1,000-goal Kaner came back on a heater.
Second in points right now. And it speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself. So
and
basically,
my fantasy team is second in our league right now, despite me taking 5 Sabres in the draft. So,
the Sabres. Let's talk about the Sabres.
The Sabres have played 23 games this season. They're 6-14-3 with 15 points. They're last,
worse than Ottawa.
They're last in the East.
Worse than Detroit.
And I think they're last in the league as well, but I just wrote last in the East.
Yep. They are worse.
14 points out of a playoff spot.
Damn.
Yeah.
See, if they were in the North, they'd have a fighting chance.
And I'm not gonna point my fingers here. But I think I was gonna say a lot of hopeful Sabres fans, but like.
No, there aren't any.
What
a lot of Sabres enthusiasts.
What some people may have looked at before the season started is Taylor Hall coming here and an impact a player like that could make.
12 points.
Don't get me wrong. He's 14 points.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Big 2 assists in the last 3 weeks.
He's gotten points, but like not at the production that you need him to be getting points at in Buffalo. 2 goals, 12 assists, 14 points for Taylor Hall.
I have a question, Diego.
Yeah.
Between Skinner, Hall, and Eichel, they have 4 goals, which, by the way, is tied with Jimmy Vesey in goals this year.
Yeah.
Former Sabre, by the way. Who the hell is scoring all the goals? Because all of them have some pretty insane... other than Jeff Skinner's bum ass, but Hall and Eichel...
If you were to look at our fantasy league... and
scoring all the goals.
And go into the recent activity tab, you might see me dropping and picking up this name a lot.
Slater Cuckoo.
Sam Reinhardt is actually having himself a year.
Let's hear it, Diego.
Through 21 games, Sam Reinhardt has 9 goals, 8 assists, and 17 points.
That's very good for Sam Reinhardt.
For Sam Reinhardt,
I'm very happy that he's doing well. I remember him as a World Junior beast, and then it just didn't end up really working out very well.
His highest career total was 65 points in 82 games in 2018-19. Last year, he got 50 and 69. So he's on pace for his
goated. The guy is good at basketball. He's good at hockey.
You heard it here first. Sam Reinhardt is good at basketball.
Legend. Other than Reinhardt, though, because there's no way they're all assisting these Reinhardt goals. They could be, actually.
I think Olofsson has, like...
yeah, it's got to be Olofsson.
I have him on my fantasy team. I should know. But,
VO is... So, it's him who... I remember when everyone was like, this is the bright spot.
Sniper.
Damn. Curtis Lazar's been around. Reunited with junior teammate Sam Reinhardt?
Yes, 7 on Olofsson. I'm actually searching up Curtis Lazar's stats. Not what I thought I'd be doing today.
No, not at all.
Lazar's
I think you get the essence of the problems in Buffalo.
That we're searching up Curtis Lazar's stats.
That we're searching up Curtis Lazar, Sam Reinhardt, and Victor Olofsson stats when you have Taylor Hall and Jack Eichel that should be bearing the load. Eichel, I think, personally, hot take number 1.
Oh, God.
He's gone at the end of the year. I don't think anything big happens on the trade deadline.
You know what? Since actually, we got through all this stuff really fast. We still got time. Well, what do you think happens with Eichel here? Let's talk Eichel.
I think that Jack Eichel is a phenomenal young player, but I don't think he's as good as some other phenomenal young players.
For sure.
I think he's lived up to his potential, but there's just... I remember when the Eichel Matthews debate, I think that's over.
Oh,
that's long over.
That was over a while ago. Even though
because Austin Matthews has elevated himself to top 3 player in the league, Jack Eichel is stuck in Buffalo. And who's to say things would be different if Eichel... I remember when he was GM Eichel, and they had people... they had the guys reconstructing everything because Jack Eichel doesn't like it, and now the onus is on Jack to deliver something, and nothing is happening.
Well, okay, actually, before we just talk about Jack Eichel, let's look at other things that have affected the Sabres this year. The Sabres were the hardest hit team from COVID, all right? You can make your argument that it was New Jersey, but
Dallas.
Dallas?
Well, actually, no. Dallas died in a storm.
Yeah, I think it was a lot worse for Buffalo, simply because of how it happened as well. With, how apparently when New Jersey put a couple guys on the protocol in the middle of a back-to-back, Buffalo inquired about it, and the league didn't tell them anything. And then after the next
game... to worry about, guys.
After the next game,
play the game.
All of Buffalo is on the COVID protocol after the next game. That's a little fishy, if you ask me.
Rasmus Ristolainen said it felt like he was dying.
Okay. We're talking real shit here, guys. All right? I think we already mentioned this on an episode.
We did, the first one.
How old is Rasmus Ristolainen? I'm searching it up.
The guy's like 12. He's got the lungs of a 13-year-old who's never smoked.
Rasmus Ristolainen is 26 years old. He is a
Tom Wilson age.
Fit man. And he said there were days where he went to bed not knowing if he would wake up the next day from COVID-19. So
he got
we're moving into this topic for a quick second. This shit is serious, people. Stay home.
Diego.
Stay home. You people, stay home. Stay home. I'm asking you for my guy Rasmus. Stay home.
For Rasmus. Unless you're not going to go hang out with Rasmus Ristolainen. Then
I'm not going to go hang out with Rasmus Ristolainen, and neither should you.
Stay away from professional athletes, guys.
That was really mean.
I don't care if they're your family.
You guys get the point. Stay home.
Diego taking a hard sip after that line. We're going to get some Republican hate. Namayo.
I said it. I said what had to be said.
Diego said what he said.
Okay, back to just Buffalo talk.
Back to talking hockey.
We have 13 minutes on my timer.
Diego wants to leave early for the 1,000-game caner. I don't know if this has been mentioned before.
You mean one caner?
One caner. Buffalo.
What do you think about Ralph Kruger and his position with the Sabres?
How long has he been there for? It's been a few years now, hasn't
I
it?
think
Or is this like his
3. I think
second
this is
tour
his
duty?
third. I think this is his third.
He's a soccer coach,
He's a soccer coach.
which explains a few things about the Sabres. 1, why they got all these Europeans. And 2, why they're very bad at hockey. Because hockey isn't soccer. And you can't play it like soccer.
Okay, Ralph Kruger was hired. Oh, wait. Wait, give me a second.
Oh, we're going to give Diego a second. So now.
I found an NHL. Well, I know when he was hired May 15th, 2019. This is
So it's been.
NHL.
So that we're into his second season now.
It was his first NHL job since 2012, 2013 because he was coaching soccer.
I don't know how much of this is on Ralph Kruger. There's only so much a coach can do.
I've watched a couple Buffalo games.
Why would you put yourself through that?
Fantasy team, man. The fantasy team. I don't.
Oh boy, I can't wait for Cliff Poo, Jeff Skinner, Jack Eichel, Taylor Hall.
I think I actually have Jeff Skinner for one game on my team.
Oh. Predictably does nothing.
What if?
What if? Maybe this is it.
What if the 50-goal year is back? But Buffalo they don't look good out there. I don't know. I think Kruger could probably do it, but I can't single out.
I can't.
What's wrong
I can't
with
tell
them.
you that it's his
They just don't look
fault.
motivated.
Like you have a bad team. For one, you've been given a terrible ass team. It's the Buffalo Sabres. For 2, you get hit by COVID like harder than right from Mike Tyson. And then number 3, your star players have turned into pumpkins.
Yeah.
So how much can you do as a coach? Thing is, as a coach, it's true, you do have to be a motivator. So you have to tell your team that there is a reason to get up in the morning and like put on the Buffalo skates.
But how do you do that? How do I look?
What I think it is?
How do I look Rasmus Dahlin dead in the eyes and say, hey man, we're going somewhere?
You know what I think they need to do? They've got to poach some people from football operations out of Orchard Park, out from the Buffalo Bills, and bring them in to hockey. Because the Bills were like the Sabres for the longest time. But now the Bills are good. They went to the championship game. They got their backs blown out, completely eviscerated.
Buffalo team.
But they actually made progress. And that's something the Sabres haven't done
in a while.
Since I started watching hockey. I don't think I've seen a single...
Since they were like first in the league for like that month in like 2018-19.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that span?
I remember that. I remember riding Carter Hutton to my first 4 wins of the fantasy season, thinking I turned my own 5 team around.
Us just raving about our fantasy league.
Our fantasy teams. I'm 3-3-1, by the way.
Oh yeah, I'm 5-1.
It was a terrible loss last week. I was leading in like 3 categories come Sunday, and I just choked it away.
I got swept.
Kushak had an excellent day.
7-zip.
By Caden?
I got 7-zipped by Caden. Shout out to Caden.
That's rough. Caden on his second win of the year, I think?
His first, I think.
His first. On a tear.
Oh, wait, no, that was his second.
Caden's always had good teams, so I don't know what happened this year. Did he get like the 16th pick or what?
He drafted Artemi Panarin, so there's a start.
Well, that explained no further. In the other league I'm in, Nate drafted first 2 picks, Nikita Kucherov and Artemi Panarin.
Did he not know Kucherov?
No, it was like 3 days before the Kucherov surgery was announced.
Oh,
so rough.
Yikes.
There's nothing you can do at that point but cry.
Nope. Okay, well, in our final 8 minutes here, we'll go back to Jack Eichel. First of all, who do you see trading for him, and what do you think goes back to Buffalo?
I don't think, honestly, that after this year, you're going to move Jack Eichel for that much.
Actually, before we continue that, I couldn't help but notice we got our first live chat comment here from Liz.
Yes, sir. We're keeping the streak going 3 weeks in a row.
Both of your rooms look like they're the same. I don't see it.
The thing is, we are actually in the same room.
We're actually okay.
Just on opposite ends. So he's in the Blackhawk corner. I'm at the Leaf side.
Okay, but like, okay, I see the wall color. Actually, okay, I'm looking.
It is the wall color. What's
your
wall saying? Is that baby blue? Because mine's baby blue, like the sky.
Yeah, mine's baby blue. Wow, this show was just meant to be.
It just was.
Phaneuf
Phanboys.
It's meant to be. Okay, so you say that I'm in the Blackhawks corner, but you're in the Leafs corner, but my entire room is actually Blackhawks corner. I showed the wall a little bit earlier of the jerseys, but
I have 2 posters of Austin Matthews in my room. Do you think that if he ever did come over, it would be weird?
I think Austin would love to be here, so that I could tell him he's not as good as Patrick Kane.
Kaner. I think hot take number 2, Austin Matthews finishes the season with more points than Patrick Kane.
Yeah, I mean, both are blue and crowded with hockey stuff. That's fair. But
fair.
You can't see a lot of the hockey stuff on my screen right now because
you can barely even see Diego on his screen.
I can hide behind the mic.
Yep.
But yeah, my room does have a lot of hockey stuff in it. A few people do know that. Yeah.
Very few. Diego's room doesn't get a whole ton of visitors.
But okay. That got really sad real fast. Okay. So you're saying you don't think I can get a huge return, and I beg to differ.
I think everybody knows the potential's there, but I think if I'm smart in the NHL,
that doesn't exist among
I'm
GMs.
waiting.
All right.
Okay.
Unless you're what's his name, Yzerman, you're not smart as a GM.
That's true.
Okay, now you're calling out my nerd stuff, Lizzie. That's a little aggressive.
Yeah.
It's a little aggressive. Well, I'm looking at my face cam right now. I don't see any of it.
There's a little Pikachu. Right, there's a few pop Funkos on top there.
Those are NHL, but they're up there to hide.
Still a Pop Funko.
Anyway.
I think
he's a Ranger. I think he's a New York Ranger.
For real? I don't know how they plan on affording that.
Okay. On one condition.
Lafreniere and a first.
I have more than just.
If he's a Ranger, it's Lafreniere and a first.
I have more.
And maybe some defense.
So I think in order for this
Vitaly Kravtsov,
the Rangers need to be willing to move pieces such as Lafreniere. I'm gonna. From the 4 people that watched, I'm kidding. We've actually gotten we've gotten like 50 on both of our episodes so far, which is
exactly, dude. Everybody loves the show.
I think Lafreniere, Kakko, a first.
I couldn't see Kakko going.
Lafreniere, Kakko, and a first.
Kakko just pure bad.
But there's one more piece in the Rangers' offer that makes it a little less daunting on them.
Anthony DeAngelo.
Tony DeAngelo for Eichel.
I thought he got bought out, didn't he, or something?
He
like they just released him, or no, they put him on waivers, didn't they?
They sent him down, and he's asked them to be loaned to a different AHL team.
Damn, he does not want to be in this.
Tony
DeAngelo destroyed his career.
He's
one tweet at a time. He's been exiled to Siberia, literally.
Let's hope Jack isn't watching this live, or he's gonna start some politics in the comments.
Jack loves 3 things: shitting on Carey Price, starting political wars, and the New York Rangers.
He is a Rangers fan. He could say he's a Habs fan all he wants, but you're all hearing it.
Guy's a Rangers fan.
Jack is a Rangers fan. You guys probably don't know who Jack is, but he's a Rangers fan. He's a Rangers fan.
If you ever come up to Jack, just say Viva Rangers. He'll give you a ride in the Ford Fusion any day.
All right. So what do you think about Eichel? Where do you think he goes?
Where is an ideal landing spot for Jack Eichel? I think it's somewhere where they need some offense. And you know where they need
Wow.
offense? You know who could really use a piece like Jack Eichel to accelerate a rebuild?
Chicago needs a center.
Use some offense.
Chicago needs
Get a good center to mentor some of the other younger centers.
Who? Where are you going?
The Anaheim Ducks.
Okay, but what?
Send them out west.
Oh, okay, no. But what's Anaheim gonna give up?
John Gibson.
1-for-1?
I don't think 1-for-1 Gibson for Eichel goes through, but I do
if
think
Gibson goes, they can't give a top prospect. If they're giving up Gibson, they can't give a top prospect.
You get rid of Gibson because here's my thing about John Gibson. He blows. The guy's ass. But if you're an NHL GM, you are salivating.
That hurt.
Especially if you're Buffalo's GM, because their goaltenders are Linus Ullmark, Carter Hutton, and like
you're gonna quiet down.
Okay.
Listen, I have been bullied enough times in the cafetorium at school for saying that John Gibson is a top 3 goaltender in the NHL.
Not top 3, the top. The top.
Let me remember,
pinnacle
let me
of
remember
goaltending.
it how I want to remember it. And Gibson
is John Gibson.
Good. He just doesn't have anyone in front of him, so every cross, it's literally NHL, the game. Cross crease every time on him, and it works.
I think
they cross crease every time on him, but he still stops 30 of them and lets in 6. So
he does a passable enough job to win like 4 of every 20 games out in Anaheim. I think it's time for Gibson to go. I think it's time to dig deep and find yourself a cheap goalie who can do just as good.
Okay.
Someone like a Jack Campbell. Maybe bring back
Legend.
Frederik Andersen.
The most inconsistent goaltender in the NHL.
Most inconsistent goaltender, apparently, according to you. I think it's time to find a good cheap goalie. Maybe it's time to rock a tandem. I know Diego has some sort of...
We're hitting my time limit, guys.
Oh, we are. Oh, my God.
My time limit.
We're going to miss 1,000-game Kaner. So let me wrap this up with a bow. I think Eichel to Anaheim for John Gibson and 2 picks. Bang.
What round?
Rebuild accelerated.
What rounds?
Probably...
Has to be a first, right?
A future first.
Yeah, not right away.
And a
like
current second, third.
Okay. Okay, I can live with that. I think it's a decent enough offer.
That is a decent enough offer, and Jack Eichel is going to be... It's not like he's in the spotlight out in Buffalo, but I think if you don't give up any of the Troy Terrys, Sam Steeles, Trevor Zegras, Maxim Comtois, and you add Jack Eichel up there...
And you still have Getzlaf there
as the mentor, and you have guys like Ricard Raquel, and then even on defense, they have people who don't suck completely.
On that team. At the deadline.
At the deadline? Really?
I think Raquel's gone.
Trade deadline talk coming next week on Phaneuf Phanboys.
We'll see, maybe.
Maybe. When is the deadline? Because that'll be
April?
Sometime in April. We're gonna have a trade deadline show for you guys.
I was like,
for sure.
I was thinking of something to say. Now I can't remember what I was going to say. It's annoying me.
It's that we all know that Jack Eichel's going to Vegas.
Everyone goes to Vegas.
Because everybody goes there.
You guys are so knowledgeable about hockey. I will defiantly be leaving a like on this video.
I am defiantly rocking with that comment.
I'm sorry for making fun of your grammar error that I believe wasn't... Actually, I guess defiantly still works there.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
Defiantly means you're going to defy. So unless someone says the Phaneuf Phanboys suck...
We thank you.
If you know that guy...
Wait, but that's a different... Wait. Whoa. We got 2 Lizzies in the chat.
Jeez. Sorry, I was a little excited.
We appreciate it nonetheless. We love the fans, except for when we don't. Yeah.
Obligatory. We love you guys because...
No. Like it again. Like it again.
Come on.
Like it again.
We love you guys because if you're watching this means that you chose us. You chose us over Tim and Friends this week.
You chose us over Tim and Friends. You chose us over Tim and Friends.
You chose us over Tim and Friends. We're getting the graph.
Wait, I need to flip it. Wait,
Guys, make us happy. Come on. Come on.
Transform.
Who wouldn't wanna?
Look, it's totally going up. That's my happiness levels when you like, comment, and subscribe.
Santiago loves it.
Yeah, I love it.
When you like and comment and subscribe.
I love it when
he also loves watching Patrick Kane demolish the
I'm pushing
Stars.
this limit a little too much today. So even though it was a little bit of a shorter one, less heated discussion, a little less stories, but we still had a good time as always. You have a good time today? You have a good time?
I had a great time. Diego, I love doing this.
All right.
I love
doing this too, man. It's pretty great.
It's pretty good.
We'll probably be back at our normal time slot next week. We'll see. Yeah, nonetheless, thank you guys for watching so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for whoever watched the live. I know Lizzie's still in the chat here, so thanks for you.
And the other Lizzie, of course.
No, I've been notified that it's the same one. She just changed her profile picture. And thank you to everyone who's watching it after the fact, because I know we get the majority of our views from the upload afterward.
Sometimes you go in the shower and you're like, I need something to calm me.
I need someone to Diego and Alex.
Why is nobody talking to me about random hockey stories that probably could have been covered better by people who know what they're talking about?
But do people who know what they're talking about have the totally unbiased hockey talk that we have?
No, they don't. Tim and Friends is so biased.
Care about Scory Poggy?
God, they don't.
Exactly.
Dude, without us, I don't know where the hockey community would be.
YouTube is no more. And with that,
no more.
We leave you. Goodbye.